अपांग प्रांगेति स्वदया ग्रीबितो अमर्तयो मर्तयेन सयोनिः ता शाश्वन्ता विशुचिन वियन्तान्यन्नयं चिक्योर्ननि चिक्योर्नन्नयम् चिक्योर्ननि चिक्योरन्नयम्. This is Atharvaveda 9th Kanda, Navam Kandam, 10th Sukta and 16th Mantra. I am trying to explain you the meaning of this mantra, which explains about the process of rebirth, which has very deep secrets. Of course, this knowledge I am giving you from the book Vedas, a Divine Light, Part 1, written by my Acharya, Swami Ram Swarupji Yogacharya. My Acharya has given extreme deep secret, not only in this book, also in various pravachans about this mantra, where my Acharya says, Apangeti. The mantra speaks about the quality of a soul and the punishment or the process by which Almighty God gives rebirth. So, first Swadaya Gribito. The soul has a natural quality, or a soul has a natural tendency based on its own deeds, Swadaya, based on its own quality, that it takes rebirth into various yonis. What are those yonis? The mantra says Apangeti, Neech yonis, Shudra yonis. That means lower births. Lower births means not human being, etc. Lower birth means plant, animals, insects, dog, cat, lion, tiger, etc. These are called as apangeti. Apang, the soul the eti means goes. The soul goes into this kind of births where it is not able to attain any knowledge. It is called as apang yoni, based on its own deeds basically. And the mantra says prangeti. Prang means also the soul goes into this kind of yonis where it enters into the body of human beings and it becomes rishi munis. Based on the good deeds, the soul takes birth in such a place where the Acharya is already existing in that house, and the soul is able to listen the Veda, the soul is willing to control its senses, the soul is able to do everyday tapasya, everyday agnihotra, everyday listening Vedas, and finally it enters into Rishi Munis, and then finally it goes into Samadhi, where the rebirth is broken. Otherwise, apangeti, otherwise what happens? Martayena sayonihi. Martayena, this Amartayo Martayena Sayoni. Amartaya. This soul is Amartaya. Soul is eternal. Soul does not take birth. You please understand. Mantra says the soul is neither created nor destroyed. Almighty God does not create the soul. The soul is uncreated as equivalent like Almighty God. Almighty God is also uncreated. Soul is also uncreated. Almighty God says Amartayo. Soul does not die, the soul does not take birth, but soul takes the bodies. Body takes birth and body dies. So Amartayo Martayena, the soul, although it does not die, it is going inside the bodies which goes into death and birth process. And this process is Shashwanta. Shashwanta means eternal process. That it's almost like eternal process, because the soul is not willing to do Vedic deeds. If the soul is always going into Neech yonis, although even sometimes it comes into human birth, if you see outside, the world outside, 99.99999% are not following the Vedic path. They are following Hinduism, they are following Islam, they are following Christianity, they are following atheism, they are following other religionism, which is totally against the Vedas. So it's almost like an eternal process where the soul has to go into birth and death and birth and death and duly suffers in various births. And also the mantra gives a very deep secret. Vishuchina Viyanta. Almighty God gives a warning in this mantra. My Acharya said to me, not to me, to his disciples when he was delivering this lecture, that please understand, it is good even if you take a birth, even the soul takes a birth as a dog or cat, it is living in the earth, is pretty good. But there are many instances that the soul takes birth in sun, the soul takes birth in moon, the soul takes birth in other galaxies or other space, where it is indulged into many sorrows which cannot be described. And please understand, somebody was asking me yesterday, how can you say that life exists in sun and moon? There is no life because there is no atmosphere in moon. Life does not mean human life. Life does not mean plant life. Life does not mean animal life. But life also means those life which does not have a body made of out of carbon. Our body is made of, let's say, carbon structure or hydrogen, water, etc. But those yonis are made up of gaseous substances. Those, for example, in neutron star there are so much of methane, so it is made up of methane gas. The body is made up of some other thing which is not visible to our human eyes. But that does not mean that there is no life in that sun or moon. There is life in sun and moon, which Vedas clearly tells. So my Acharya said to us that if you are not doing proper Vedic deeds, God gives you so much of punishment that He will make you birth. He will give you birth in other galaxies, apart from the earth, in other places where the soul gets into so much of tortures. And then again and again it has to come to this process. Some way or other, either in this earth or in other outside the earth, the soul goes into this process of rebirth and death and rebirth and death again and again and again, as also told by Sri Krishna Maharaj in Bhagavad Gita. And also Sri Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Ajo nitya shashvato ayam purano. The soul is eternal. Soul does not take birth. It's only the body which takes birth. This is also from the Vedic knowledge. Only Sri Krishna gives that knowledge. So the mantra finally says, Anyam chikyurna, Anyam nichikyurna. This secret is known to some people who are in the Rishi Muni yonis. Only some people understand the secret, and the Anyam nichikyurna. Other people do not understand this secret. So other people naturally they are not interested in Almighty God. Only few people are interested in Almighty God who enter into the Rishi Muni yonis. Other people, they always do their deeds. They always satisfy their human sensuousness, sensual pleasures, and go into rebirth and death and again and again and again. So my Acharya always tells that leave the sin, leave the pap, always do Vedic pious deeds in order to escape the birth and death. Thank you so much. Namaste. Oh.